Hey, welcome back everyone. Cameron here. Today's video will consist of how to draw the human arm. I'll explain my approach in the simplest way possible. Feel free to pause the video at any point if I happen to go too fast. I hope this tutorial helps you as well as supports you on your art journey. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what else you guys would like to see additional videos on, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. And now let's get to the video. Okay, so we're going to begin with 3 circles. We're going to do each view at the same time pretty much. So we're going to do a front view, side view, and a back view. And the circle is going to represent our shoulder joint. Shoulder muscle, I'm sorry. Next, we're going to just draw in the middle portion, the arm, which is going to be our bicep. And for now, we're just starting out with simple shapes, of course, and then we'll get into detail as we go along. So it's kind of like a rectangle, of oval, or a rectangle. You could draw either one. I preferably do a oval shape. And you pretty much just want to connect it on the bottom of the circle. And then this is just for reference to place the forearm, or make sure each part is kind of like lined up correctly. And this is pretty much where the bottom of the forearm, or the lower half of the arm, is gonna end. And I may have made it a little too high on one view, but it's just there for reference in case you need it. So for the lower half of the arm, it's pretty much the same thing. Just you can make it even like the same as the top portion. Just draw kind of like an oval shape or a rectangle. And that's our elbow joint. And for the elbow joint, usually you can make it as like a small rectangle, just for placement. So right here, we're gonna just begin to define the shoulder. And usually it's broken up into so there's different portions of the shoulder called deltoids. So the front portion is going to be our anterior deltoid, and then the side deltoid is going to be our lateral deltoid, and then our back portion is going to be our posterior deltoid. I usually refer to them as just simply rear deltoids, but a fancy term is, I believe, is just posterior deltoid for the back rear portion of the shoulder. And then we kind of go into just defining the bicep a little bit more, and then usually it kind of comes in right at the end of the where the deltoid meets on where the little center point that was drawn in. That's usually where the bicep will attach to. And the bicep's gonna be made up. Is usually made up. Well, not usually, but is made up of two portions. So the inner portion, which is on the right side of the bicep, is usually referred to as the bicep brachii, and then the outer portion of the bicep is usually referred to as the brachialis, which is the more smaller portion of the bicep. And then right here are just our forearm muscles. I believe they're called the brachiradials. I think I said that right. And usually the point where the tricep, well, not the tricep, the bicep and the deltoid meets is usually where the pectoralis chest muscles meet as well. Now we're moving on to our side view. So that one piece right there is usually just the lateral deltoid. So they're kind of like oval shapes, but they connect to one point. They connect from the bottom all the way to the top into the lat muscle, and then you're transitioning into the triceps. And then for the triceps, I'll probably explain it better when I get to the back view, but it's usually made up of 3 heads. But I believe the right side is the right side is the hold on. So our right side is going to be our lateral head, which is the shorter head, and then the inner portion of the tricep is usually referred to as the long head. So this is the brachiradials, aka the forearm muscles. And there's many other muscles that are within the arm, but I figure I'd cover just the basics for now, since there's a lot. So in other words, I would just cover which muscles are usually defined or pronounced the most. So same thing here. We're gonna start with our deltoid. So one you can draw like a center point, and then draw pretty much 3 lines going up from there, and that's gonna separate our lateral, posterior, and anterior deltoid. Once again. So this is the posterior we just drew, and that's our lateral, and then the anterior you won't see, of course, since this is the back view. And here we're drawing our so this is our this is our short head of the tricep, and then this is our long head of the tricep, which is always going to be in the inside of the arm. This portion, this is just considered the tendon of the triceps. So fancy term is tricep brachii, but it's just the tendon, the middle portion that kind of sinks in. So you probably hear the term horseshoe. So think of it as like that. Kind of connects down to the elbow, which comes forward. It sits on top of the forearm muscles basically, so that always will be like on top of the forearm from this view at least. And from this view, this particular muscle is just the flexors. So brachioradials are usually our front, the front of the forearms, and then our rear part of the lower arm is the flexors. And I think it's flexors, capri radials. It's a tough term to pronounce, but it's pretty complex. And then this is just a little hint of the scapula and the latissimus muscles of the back. And even though that's not the main focus, it's just a little hint just to show where the arm muscles kind of connecting. It comes to the back as well. Same thing with the front view. I'll give a hint of the chest for how it connects to the arm. So the chest muscles usually sit above the bicep, not below. And then for us, like the back view will usually sit on top of the triceps. And I believe that is our video. I hope this video tutorial has helped you, and take care.